The advice and opinions expressed by the host of Autism Live and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice. The Center for Autism and Related Disorders advises working with the advice and opinions expressed by the host of Autism Live and her guests are meant solely as suggestion and should not be in any way construed as child-specific advice.
Well, we're off to a really good start. Welcome, I'm Shannon Penrod, and welcome to this special edition of Autism Live. And I'm here with Dr. Doreen Grant-Pichet. We are live at a time, and look, we have a wonderful guest who's here, and she's gonna mute herself, and she's a surprise. She's gonna join us later on. But this, we have, poor Traven is juggling chainsaws right now because we had this wonderful idea. And what makes me feel better, Dr. Grant-Pichet, is that welcome, Vivian. We're going to have you mute your camera and your thing for now. We're going to have people jumping in here for a few minutes. But I've been watching the late night talk shows and watching all the glitches that go with their shows, and they're recorded. So I just think that we are being brave and we are being bold and we are coming to you live with some amazing programming. And so I hope you will enjoy all the glitches and the hilarity of all the things that go wrong, because it's worth it. This is very exciting, getting my pulse going here. So we're here with Dr. Doreen Grant-Pichet. She is the founder of an amazing organization called CARD. She is also the founder of Autism Care Today, which is a charitable organization where you should make donations. Let's say that, Autism Care Today. And every year, CARD, which is the Center for Autism and Related Disorders, holds a Spirit Week, a week in which we celebrate all the things that mean being part of the CARD family. We call ourselves Cardians. And this is the families, the kiddos that are, I'm gonna get emotional because this is so, you cut me and I bleed Cardian. Right? But this is an amazing group of people. It's the people who work in the office. It's the people who do therapy. It is the supervisors that design the therapy programs. And it is all because of this woman that you see right here next to me on the screen. Because what is it, 30 years ago? 30 years ago that she decided that she was going to open a place. And there used to be a thing on the wall at the old CARD that said, welcome to a community of people who have decided that easy will no longer suffice. And that really describes for me what it means to be a Cardian. But Dr. Grant-Pichet, it's a very, very uniquely special Spirit Week this year because of some of the things going on. Tell us why you wanted to do what we're about to do.
Thank you so much, Shannon. Welcome, everyone. It's so nice to have the opportunity to do these special shows with you this entire week, every week at 2 p.m. Pacific time or 5 p.m. East Coast. The reason we're doing this is that, in the middle of this unbelievably strange thing that we're all worldwide going through right now, it is CARD Spirit Week. And CARD Spirit Week is a week that we selected many, many years ago in order to kind of rejoice in the folks that are at CARD and the work that they do and the whole mission of CARD, which is all about changing the world for a better place, helping as many individuals as we can have better, improved lives. And so this year, of course, we cannot do the things we usually do to celebrate Spirit Week, where we would throw crazy parties at the clinics and have a lot of fun with our kids and our patients. So a couple weeks ago, I was just became very emotional because I started to look at all of our employees, all of our teammates who actually are going above and beyond and doing incredible things to continue providing services for our families. And I realized that whereas it takes a lot of strength from all of us to just get through these months that are so unusual, and everyone struggles in one way or another, but there are some people out there that I really want to just refer to them as our heroes. And these are the people who are going above and beyond and under very difficult circumstances, continuing to show extreme courage or extreme hard work and diligence and kindness, and just changing the world around them so incredibly much that Shannon and I discussed this and decided the best thing we could do is to honor these folks. And we are, of course, honoring them in two ways. One is that we have a series of heroes bios and stories that are all over the Card's social media, and hopefully our viewers have seen some of those. But also we decided that we really want to give the opportunity for some of these folks to come on our show and tell us how they're doing and what their lives are like right now, and walk us through what they're doing.
These are the people who are the real deal. And we're going to start welcoming them. I just want to add one note, because Dr. Granpeesheh was talking about the crazy parties that we throw at the clinic. I just want you to know what she meant. That's like, crazy sock day. And the kids all wear crazy socks, or we're like crazy dinosaur day. Those are the crazy. I just want there to be no misunderstanding. They're crazy in the best, most wholesome sort of way. So I don't want people writing going, what is this? Crazy fun. Okay, so our very first hero that we want to welcome to the show is Cheryl Robinson. Cheryl, if you would unmute yourself and bring your camera. Cheryl is joining us from the Rocklin office, and we hear amazing things about you, Cheryl. We hear that you have gone out of your way to make the transition smooth for the staff and the families, that you are working tirelessly to make sure that the schedules are entered, parents are informed and comfortable. And a parent said that you are always available to help and answer questions. That makes my face hurt, Cheryl.
Yes. Thank you,
Paul. What are you talking about? Thank you. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing.
Yes. Where are you right now? Are you at an office, and where is Rocklin? Why don't you tell our viewers?
Rocklin is Northern California. Here we are right outside of Sacramento. So yeah, it's actually rather new for myself too. So just learning about it.
Well, what a crazy time to join CARD, right, Dr. Granpeesheh?
Oh my gosh. Bless you.
Yes, I'm enjoying it though. It's an honor. It's definitely an honor.
Thank you, Cheryl. So tell us kind of how things have changed for you since the last few weeks of not being able to have a normal, and Cheryl, you're an operations manager, correct?
Correct. So since all this has been going on, I think the biggest change for us is that about 90% of our clients were center-based. So having to move all of them into homes, I think that's been like the biggest challenge, just trying to be patient and understanding with our families, and letting them know that we understand that things are changing day by day. So just kind of working with them however we can, and also just being understanding and patient with my staff. I think those are some of the most important things that I can do as the leader here, and just letting them know that I understand that things are changing, and I understand that everything's not going to be the same, and that we're all learning every single day with what's going on. And for me, I just have to be there for them and be available, because right now they're so used to me being in the center and at an arm's reach or a call's reach. And now it's like email or instant message, and just trying to be there for them as much as I can. And I think that's like one of the big things that has really been working for me at my center. And especially for my families, just reaching out to them, even if that's once a week, giving them a call, checking on them, making sure that they're okay, making any adjustments that we need to make, making any changes to their schedules, making sure that the BTs that are going out to their homes are comfortable. And I think that's the main thing that I've been doing, and being very transparent. I don't know everything. And like I said, everything's changing every day. So just keeping myself updated and knowledgeable on the changes and what's going on, and being able to communicate that to them is the one thing that I feel it's really been working. And I'm excited to be able to be that person for them. And I'm excited to be nominated.
Well, clearly you're doing an amazing job, because you were nominated, and people are telling us that you're helping them stay calm and as much as possible to helping them to know what's coming that day, at least. How are things for you personally? Are you working from home, and what else is on your plate?
So I'm normally working from home. I'm in the center 1 day a week, just checking on the center and just being able to be there for my team. They're, like I said, they're used to being here. So for me to be here at least 1 day a week, that lets them know, like, oh, I can call on Mondays and she'll be there. Or if I need to speak to somebody that can get a quicker answer than the email or an instant message, I can call on Mondays between this time. So just for me, I just communicate that to them. And I think it's like everybody else. There's sad days, there's happy days, there's confused, there's nervous days. For me, it's just trying to be that level-headed person so that everybody can know that it's temporary. And we will get through this as long as we work together, and we'll be fine, I think.
Cheryl, you are clearly a light, and we're so grateful that you are there and holding down the fort. You really are a hero.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you guys are just as much as heroes as we are. I mean, we can't do it without you guys. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, well, I think it's a really important part of your role as the OM to kind of keep everybody calm. So I appreciate you doing that. And I hope that personally as well, you're doing well yourself and your family, and you're able to cope with what's going on. We're all hoping for the best.
Yes, I agree.
Cheryl, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for the good work you're doing.
Thank you. Bye,
all right,
guys.
take care. Bye-bye. A perfect example of our first hero that we're showcasing here. We're going to move right along to Alyssa Silvas is here. Now, Dr. Granpeche, do you want me to read about her, or would you like to do it?
No, please go right ahead.
Okay, so she is a behavior therapist. She's joining us from Yuba City. And is it Alyssa or Elisa? I'm not sure, but Alyssa, if you would unmute yourself and bring your camera up. It says here that she has taken on some of our newer clients and has to drive quite a distance, over 30 minutes or more from where she lives. She has really stepped up and had a great attitude, been upbeat and positive. And that's what they said about you, and there's more. But is it Alyssa or Elisa?
It's Alyssa. It's okay. I get called Melissa, Elisa, whatever, but it's Alyssa.
Well, there's a perfect example of how go with the flow you are.
Yeah.
So what a wonderful, wonderful thing. And thank you for taking care of some of our newer clients and being a road warrior.
I really love it. To be honest, I just really love this job. No matter how far I've had to drive, I do it for the clients. I would say it's really rewarding just knowing that I might have driven a bit, but I helped my client at the end of the day.
That's amazing, Alyssa. That's just incredible. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's just pure heroism, honestly. And
thank
Alyssa,
you.
It really is. Talk to me about like how you felt initially when all these changes were going on, and what led you to the decision to continue driving to the homes. What's your drive? Like what motivates you to keep going out there? And also, what are your fears? What are your thoughts as you're doing this?
I would say my drive is just simply at the end of the day, I really love caring for people. My family does foster care, and I think just kind of growing up with that the past few years has really opened my heart up. And I really just, at the end of the day, I just really want to help people. No matter what it is, I want to help someone get better. And I would say, like, there are things that are scary, but you have to not stress out your patient. So I try very hard to just keep that very concealed. I do worry about, like, we have to wear masks now when we go in the homes, and there's just, everyone's getting sick. So there's so many ways everyone could get sick. So that's a worry, because I don't want to get my family sick, because I am the only one working right now out of my family. And that would be my biggest concern. But at the end of the day, we're doing what we can to stay safe and stay clean. And I can just do the best that I can do.
Incredible. I don't know about
You're
you.
making me cry.
Sorry.
Just gave me goosebumps right there. That's like basically exemplifies everything we're trying to do with this show. So
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me.
Are you kidding me? You're a rock star.
you're a rock star. And I want you to know that, like, you know, it was very, of course, a lot of people nominated you, which is wonderful. But, you know, I want to thank you and say you're really, what a beautiful soul you have, that even
Thank you so much.
you are focused on helping people. And that is truly, it just makes me so happy, because that is like the core of what I have always hoped CARD would be. And so to have someone like you out there helping kids and families just truly touches my soul. And thank you so much for that, Alyssa. And you know, bless you. And I hope that you go through this as easily as possible, your whole family. And I'm sure there are many families out there who want to thank you just as sincerely.
Thank you.
Yes. Your courage and your heroism is just humbling.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me.
Thank you so much. Are you kidding me? Well, we can't wait to hear more from you. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to do this with us.
Yes, it was no problem. I'm just as thankful to be working with CARD. It has opened me up to a whole different, like, aspect on life. Just, yeah.
Okay, so do you think sometime down the road you'd like to be a BCBA?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to hear that. I'm excited that you're
I'm
here.
excited to progress.
Yay!
Yes.
Oh, this is so good, but I'm just going to cry through the whole thing. You're making me cry. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for being a CARD
Thank you
hero.
for having me.
Thank
All
you.
right. You take care. Be safe.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I am already like drenched in tears. This is killing me. So continuing on. Oh my gosh. So
isn't it amazing, Shannon, for a minute, just like to have individuals like that, that is like, it just makes everything else, it's just like, okay, this is what it's about. This is
exactly what it's about. And you know, it's funny, I've been hearing so much from the families, and I hadn't had as much contact with staff people in the last couple of weeks. And I think that's part of why this is just leveling me, because I've been hearing from the families about these amazing people that are coming to their homes, that are doing telehealth with them, that are arranging their schedules, that are taking care of issues for them, that are, you know, like in the home or on telehealth when there's a specific issue with their kid. And I've been hearing from the families how they're just saving their lives. And so then to see them and to see how young and vibrant and how motivated they are is just flattening me. I apologize. But you know me, I'm a wuss, and I'm a crier from way back when.
And I love that we have these incredible people giving us a few minutes so that we can just put a spotlight on them, because truly, you know, a lot of these folks are just moving forward as if nothing has changed, whereas the world has completely turned upside down. And they're just, they continue to go on, and they continue they model strength for the rest of us. And
absolutely. So should we welcome the next hero? And thank you so much. So thank you. And she's going to mute herself and mute her camera. Hi.
Hi,
You're getting a preview, you guys. You're getting to see all the people before they're here. But our next hero is Jennifer Leanna. She was nominated. It says she is an absolutely incredible human being. They had sent a shout out for her with her peers the other day. But they say she has truly been above and beyond to try and get these patients treatment during this time. If a family cancels a week of sessions, she will call them back and ask them to keep at least a few of the sessions to avoid regression. She works most weekends. She's always a top person, and her passion for this field and this company. So welcome card hero Jennifer Leanna, who's joining us from Stanton.
Yes. Hi. Good evening.
Hi.
Well, it's evening here. We're in Michigan. It's like almost dinner time.
Wow.
So Jennifer, how are you? Tell us how your life has changed and all the wonderful things you're doing right now to help. Looks like you're also at home, which is good.
I am at home. My regional person is Nanette, and she's just as like strong as I am, or any of the leaders that we have here at Card. And she doesn't think that it's a great idea that my desk is right next to my bed. The other day I explained to her that like, this is my dream life. I roll out of bed and I sit in my Card desk, and then I work until I'm tired at the end of the night, like 11 o'clock. And then I roll back into bed. And she told me people aren't supposed to do that. This is how I'm coping. This is awesome. This is my dream life, to be able to like work every waking moment and then like go to bed and be right back at the office. And I can help more people that way.
You're amazing.
Are you what's your focus these days? Is it all about kind of scheduling people back and forth and trying to connect our therapists to families?
My biggest focus after week 1 was families. So the first week we did a lot of prep work. We did Zoom meetings with the staff at like 8 a.m. before they went to their 9 a.m. home sessions. The first day we'd switch to home sessions. We did toolkits for them with like cheap dollar store stuff, but life-saving things when they're in the homes. And then week 2, I shifted to parents. And so I check in with parents constantly all week long, messages, emails, phone calls, using all the modes that we typically wouldn't use when we have meetings at the center or trainings at the center. And so using all these and went into the field week 1 to make sure that my years in home before we transitioned to the big center-based push, everything that I had to do or you had to do on the fly or be creative, I could transfer that to my staff who've never been in the field. These families who don't know anything different than center-based, to show them like, here's what it's going to look like. It's going to be a lot different than what you see in your clinic, but here's how it's still successful. And that's the biggest thing that I've pushed or that I've been doing, and just doing smaller, more frequent check-ins with everybody.
That's amazing. And are you getting a lot of questions from parents who are concerned that their child might not be able to do telehealth or something like that? Or are the parents coming along pretty well with that?
About half of our clients kept in home and are loving it. I had a parent send me a message that for the first time ever, her son feels included in the family. They had a bonfire. Meltdowns are gone. Both parents are learning things. And so that's the most impactful message that I get from the families who are keeping in home. But the problem that we have is access to telehealth. And so we live in one of the most impoverished counties in Michigan, and we are CMH and Medicaid funded. And so the access hasn't been there. And we pushed with some like John Galley, who's an amazing person who's really pushing to get everyone access right now. We pushed to finally last week get it approved to work with those individuals via telehealth. But we're still having access issues, and it's more rare that we find someone doesn't think their child will benefit. We've had one person out of 25 clients think that their child may not benefit from it.
And when you say access issues, is it all about just their payer is not ready to pay, or is it because they don't have an iPad or something like that?
It started with the payer. So a lot of our clients who have immune system or family members with immune system issues, they couldn't open their home to in-home. They just couldn't do it. And so then the access wasn't there for telehealth. So they just got me, but that was still good. They got me more often over the phone or whatever I could do. I was Lysoling materials and borrowing out materials and dropping them off on doorsteps. So it was zero contact. And then we got we got the option to do the telehealth. And so now it's just configuring devices and internet, which we're working on, and it's going to open up the door in the next coming weeks, or hopefully only next coming days. And then we won't have to do this for weeks and weeks and weeks, but everyone's finding ways. They're scraping together something.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Wow. Well, Jennifer, we just thank you so much for all you have done. We just hear that you are amazing and that you have made such a tremendous difference. And it's obvious in everything that you've said that you are truly the embodiment of a card hero. Thank you so much for what you're doing.
I know that you always work very hard, and I appreciate that, but I know that right now, I think your presence there is very calming, and a lot of the folks are feeling like they can keep going because of you. So thank you so much for everything you're doing. I hope you're doing okay personally as well, and you're coping, not too alone, or everything's going okay with you.
Yeah, I mean, my kids still luckily get to go to daycare because theirs hasn't closed. And so I still have that little bit of divide. We painted a barn in our backyard. That's what we did for, to stay sane. But yeah, we're doing okay here.
Great.
I'm so glad to hear it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for also coming. You are one of our heroes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. I'm so impressed with these people and how much energy they have and how willing they are.
Absolutely. And isn't it amazing though, what's going on in different parts of the country? Like preschools are still open in Michigan. That's incredible for me. Like here, we've been not allowed to go out for 3 weeks now.
Yeah. It's so funny. We have the internet and you'd think that we would know everything about everything going on. But when I have a conversation with somebody in a different place in the world and I just let slip, oh, well, and they go, really? We don't have to do that. It's fascinating that it's not a one size fits all. I want to welcome, because I don't want to get behind here. We've got a rock star. Vivian Vejar is, I don't know if she's on the call yet, but if she is, there she is. Vivian, I have some stuff to say about you, that you were nominated, and I don't know how much of it I'm going to get in, but it says, Vivian was my operations manager at Walnut Park. She was a technician turned operations manager and transitions between roles seamlessly. The success of Walnut Park was attributed to Vivian's persistence, charisma, and desire to make card a staple of the city, which it is. Vivian had established numerous partnerships with organizations in the community. During the holidays, the city would always contact Vivian to see if they could donate to our patients, Halloween costumes, Christmas presents. Walnut Park is a lower economic area, so those donations were always a treat for our families. Looking at the metrics, Walnut Park is a large and fast growing area, and they attribute that to you, Vivian. They said, I wish I could be selfish and keep her all to myself, but at the end of the day, she has the capacity to make a grand impact on a larger scale, and they decided to share the wealth, and you currently support a couple of centers as an OM, that you are doing an amazing job at a larger scale. They have 100% trust in you, and that you are amazing because you have 2 young children that you are devoted to, and that you are the most amazing parent on top of it all, Vivian. So some very high praise for you. You are definitely, I said, we got a rock star in the house. You are a card hero. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. It's definitely a pleasure and very humbled to be nominated. But yeah, just a short amount of time that I've been with CARD, a little bit over 5 years. I've been able to, grow within CARD, which is amazing to see. I went from a BT1 and now currently I'm an OM trainer with corporate. So it just helps me to get to a lot more people, a lot more, families, I feel, as an OM trainer. Just by training our new operations managers, I can put a little bit of me in all as many centers as I can.
That's right. And you are, as Shannon said, I mean, pretty much, I have to say that anyone who has mentioned your name over the years, I'll tell you, Vivian, has always had something very positive to say. You really have, the reason that you've moved forward so quickly is you. You are a really wonderful person, and you are doing, making a huge difference in every role that you've held. So I want to thank you, first of all. It's not the first time that your name has popped up. I just want to let you know that.
Really?
Yeah. And the other thing I want you to know is that, or I want to ask you, is like, how has your life changed, and how are you juggling things right now with your own kids and all the things that you're doing?
So something that not many people know is that I actually have a child that is a card client. So my youngest is also a card client, and actually, thanks to you, Doreen, we were able to start getting services because we took him up there. So you assisted with the assessments and everything. So I've been having home sessions here in the midst of everything. Therapists have been coming in and out as well. They actually just finished a 5-hour session. So we are making sure that still keeps going on. And just kind of taking everything day by day, trying to separate, when it's mommy time and when it's time to work as well, because they both are home all day as so am I. So, and then just trying to just step outside to the yard little, times here and there. Today it's raining, so we can't be outside that much, but it's just day by day to see like what can we do today or whatnot.
Absolutely. And tell me about like just how you're feeling and how you're coping. It's a pretty scary time for everyone. Are you doing okay with this?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, my youngest one had the more questions just because he is, on the spectrum. So he has all these questions and wants all these answers that we can't give him. So but, we were able to like talk to both of them, what's going on. And then, just him seeing in the news of like the gravity, it kind of scares him more. So as a parent, you just have to put a strong, face and we've been, taking all precautions and whatnot. So they actually have not left the house. If anything, either myself or dad goes to the grocery store and then comes right back. We take turns. But they've been inside the house at all times. But it's been just day by day, communicating with them as well and what's going on. And then now we heard that they're not returning to school until the new school year. So that's a big change for them as well. So it's just kind of letting them know they are having Zoom classes too. So just guiding them to like log in and join their classes as well. Just kind of making it a day-to-day usual thing now, more than anything new. We're just kind of making it like, hey, you did this yesterday, so we're gonna do it today again.
Absolutely. And that's very, very smart. And I think what I'm hearing from a lot of people is like the more your kids and yourself, everybody gets used to a new routine. And it's just a new way of life for a while. And if the sooner you have those routines in place, I think it really helps. I couldn't imagine, Vivian, right now having young children in the home. So kudos to you, because you're dealing with your own kids, and of course you're helping so many of our families, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very much. There's so many families. I wish you could hear Shannon and I when we do the shows, the love that we hear from the families and the gratitude for everything that you guys are doing. I know that you train OMs. I know that you also cover dark offices when there's not an operating manager in place. So I know you must be involved with a lot of scheduling right now as well. I want to thank you on behalf of all of our families. The more hours we get to our families, the more support we're giving them. Thank you, Vivian.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me.
Such a pleasure.
Thank you, Vivian, for being such a hero, both to your family and your kids and to all of our larger family at CARD. Thank you. It means so much.
No problem. My pleasure. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. Hello. We were photobombed. Very exciting there for a moment. Okay, the next one of our heroes that we're going to welcome to the show here is Delaney Miller, and she's going to come to us from South Lake Tahoe, where she is a therapist liaison. Delaney, if you're there, if you would unmute yourself and put your camera on, we'd love to say hello to you and welcome you and celebrate you. There's Delaney. Hi. And here's what they said about you, Delaney. They said that you're the TL at the South Lake Tahoe office and that you were doing the first telehealth sessions, that you took the time to do the training, get the binders ready for yourself and for the parents, and that you have gone out of your way to ask questions and set up for everything to go smoothly. And that because of you, that they're doing the first BT sessions, and that you are so positive and willing to take this step, even though it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. So Delaney, thank you for being a CARD hero.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Welcome. It's so nice to have you. I love our TLs, Shannon, therapist liaisons. Delaney, how long have you been a TL?
So I just started in the beginning of this year. I was actually one of the first BTs up in South Lake Tahoe, originally doing home sessions. So now I get to go back and do home sessions with some of my favorite clients and also do telehealth sessions with some of my newer clients. So it's been really fun.
It's pretty amazing. So for all of our viewers, yeah, so we do, and when we have newer sites, obviously we start out with a lot of home sessions. And I think that, as Delaney said, it takes a lot of courage to actually start testing out telehealth with our clients, because the whole field of ABA, no one has ever done this before. So how was that, Delaney? Tell us a little bit about that, your experience of telehealth therapy.
So before we actually did the telehealth session, I made it a point to organize the parents' binder and myself a binder, dropped it off at their house. And then the next day we were doing telehealth sessions with my OM, or my supervisor, Christy Eggers, and the mom. And it actually turned out more positive than I expected, because they also have kids as well in the home right now. So I think just being like a new face to them, introducing myself, because I've never really worked with this kid before, was definitely fun. I have so much fun with her too, and she's a ton of energy, and so is her mom. And they're so flexible that this experience has been way easier than I really expected it to be.
Wonderful. That's terrific. It's it's pretty challenging at first on some of our kids. Of course, I've been seeing a lot of the TLs, Shannon, have sent me pictures of what they do on screen to keep the attention. I don't know if you've seen some of these cool pictures of the hats they wear and all the stuff they do to keep the child active. But I think it's amazing. And I got to tell you, Delaney, like going out there right now for the families and helping them, and as well as even the therapy sessions online, which do take a little bit more effort from the parents. All of that is incredible stuff that you're doing. How are you doing? Are you feeling okay? I mean, I know it's a very scary time for everyone. Are you back home with your family?
Yes, right now, we do have kind of a lockdown where we're doing social distancing and stuff like that, but we're allowed to go outside. So especially right now, we just got 2 feet of snow. So we've been trying to take advantage of the outdoors and just be outside, kind of instead of being cooped up at home. Is definitely keeping me a little bit more sane, definitely.
That's right. Yeah. I want to thank you. I know it's so hard for, like, this was kind of what I hoped people would see, is that, you know, our therapists are young, and this is a very, very tough time for all of you guys as well. Staying at home, just not knowing. I think a lot of therapists tell me they have a hard time not knowing how long this is going to keep going. But, you know, your strength and your motivation and your dedication and just keeping it to a routine and like keep going and helping families and living kind of as normal as can be under these circumstances. That's what it's all about. And I really want to thank you. It helps so many of our families. Thanks so much, Delaney.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it a lot.
It's been a thrill, Delaney. Thank you for being a card hero.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I'm verklempt. What can it's just amazing. Okay. Next up, because it doesn't end, Alexa Brady is going to join us. She's also from South Lake Tahoe, where they're just killing it there. And she's a BT, a behavioral therapist. And what I hear about you, Alexa, it says this amazing woman has not only excelled since she has joined CARD, she has picked up extra sessions, working at the homes. She has continued to provide quality therapy and emanates positive, calming energy all around her. She is always willing to take any sessions with any patient, a true representation of carditude. You are truly a card hero. Thank you for joining us, Alexa.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm super excited and humbled to be a part of this.
Wow, it's such a pleasure to have you and to know you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Alexa. What BT level are you? How long have you been doing therapy?
So I'm relatively new. I just moved to South Lake Tahoe in July, so I'm finally almost a year here. I applied to CARD kind of as like, I wasn't sure if I really would get hired. I didn't have any experience, but it's been a really eye-opening experience. I have moved up pretty quickly. Within like 3 months, I was already training, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. But our office is pretty new, and everyone here is so friendly, and the kids are so amazing. Like, the fact that I can put a smile on their face and make their lives a little easier is just worth everything. And I actually just got to be an admin cat too, so it's kind of all over the place, but it's awesome experience. I'm loving it.
That's awesome. So you're still traveling to the homes and working in the homes now with the kids?
Yeah. The biggest challenge I've had is one of our clients, their family speaks predominantly Spanish. So I don't really speak Spanish very well. And so the language barrier has been a little hard, but I've been working through it, especially with like the younger siblings are very bilingual. So we're building rapport with all the family, not just my client, has been pretty helpful. But
that's awesome. And how is it right now going into the parents of the family's homes? How are they how are they dealing with it? How are you? Are you comfortable? Are they comfortable? What's changed? Sort of, how do you feel?
So luckily our office kind of did home sessions before, so this wasn't a super huge shock to me. But I've noticed there's a little more like uneasiness. Everyone's kind of not as willing to come and sit with you, as they're kind of staying away. But I try and get outside with the kids and with the families, and that's been helping to make sure the families trust me and make sure that the kids are still, you know, working with their parents. Some of our parents are even working on our lessons when we're not there. So that's really exciting and inspiring to see.
Terrific. That's terrific. How about you? You said you just recently moved to Lake Tahoe. Where is your family?
Back in Maryland, all the way on the other side of the country. Yeah.
Must be worrying about you too, huh?
I was actually supposed to go home at the end of the month, but I'm having to cancel now. So I'm excited to eventually be able to go see them. But I have a good friend group in Delaney who we just talked to. She's one of my friends up here. So it's been nice. I don't feel all by myself.
That's nice. That's nice. It's such a tough time right now, Shannon. You know, like you and I, we have our kids. I mean, you have Jen, I have my 3 kids at home now, but it's like, it is a lot of the young people are not with their families. And I can imagine that it's even more stressful just because we all don't know what's happening.
Yeah. And I'm the only one that's working in our house, so I'm carrying like the most risk. I come home and I see them like wiping down the doorknobs and stuff like that. And
That's
it's a
right.
little stressful, but I mean, you can only do what you can do. And it's more important for me to be able to help the families and the kiddos through it.
Thank you.
Well, it is so appreciated. I can tell you because every night we're on a webinar with the families and they are just so, overwhelmed with gratitude for people like you who are coming and making all the progress that their kids do possible. So amazing that you are so courageous and so heroic. That's why you're a card hero.
Thank you.
We admire your courage. I want to say that it's hard when you go home and no one else is kind of leaving the house, and there's a lot of like people are getting uncomfortable with it. So I really appreciate the courage to get up every day and go out there and help our kids. And so thank you so much. It's incredible. It's truly amazing, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now our next hero that's going to be joining us is Cassidy Lynch. And I believe that because we had somebody who was having a problem connecting, but I don't think it was Cassidy. Cassidy is such a hero. She's joining us from Folsom, and where she is a behavioral therapist. They say about Cassidy that she has incredible devotion. She was in a car accident the Saturday before we transitioned to home-based. She was physically fine, but her vehicle was completely destroyed. She was able to get rides to the center, but when we transitioned to the home, she feared she would not be able to. She has borrowed more than one vehicle and is now renting until she can find a car. She did not want her clients to go without therapy or regress to keep going. Cassidy, what a hero. Cassidy, are you there? Can you unmute and join us? I hope that you can. I know that there were some issues with connection.
Yeah, I think Cassidy might have been on an iPad. I see the screen. Cassidy, can you hear us?
Traven, if you're able to help her. But what an amazing young woman to go to that extra mile to, I mean, can you imagine? Oh, there she is.
Hey.
Hi. And she's in her rental car.
Connecting to audio, so we'll keep talking until she can hear us. That's amazing. Are you there? We can see the audio movements, but we can't hear you.
Yeah. We see your lips moving, but no, you're fine. I can see her saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." But you don't need to be sorry because you're a rock star. We have no idea what you're saying, but your face. Oh, hi.
How you guys? Happy Monday.
Thank you.
Oh my God. We've been saying all these wonderful things about you, Cassidy, that you're a true hero. Is this your rental car that you're in right now?
No, this is my actual car. I just got her like the other day, but sorry, I just got done with like a session, so I just hopped in the car.
Well, we heard that you were in a pretty bad accident and that for a while there you were borrowing cars and renting cars and all that.
That was a little unfortunate, but no, this is my new girl. This is my new girl now, which is nice.
And Cassidy, where are you? What city and state are you in?
I am in Folsom, California.
California, wonderful.
Yes.
Well, we love the opportunity to bring you on the show and thank you.
Thank you.
You are one of our heroes here who has gone above and beyond, and you're helping so many families. And Shannon and I just wanted to kind of ask you, how are you doing? How's your life changed? And what motivates you to keep going these days?
I mean, I'm doing fine, which is awesome. Everyone I know is fine and healthy and everything, so that's good. I mean, the motivation is still just the job itself. Like, I mean, I love working with these kids, so it's so nice and I'm so lucky that I still get the opportunity to keep working with them. So that's awesome. The biggest change has definitely been going from I was just straight center sessions to now home-based sessions. And So that was like a little bit of an interesting transition for me, especially with mom and dad kind of around when they probably normally wouldn't be. But I mean, other than that, it's been actually smooth sailing once you get past those first like couple, home sessions, especially for the kids who aren't used to them and stuff. But other than that, it's been really good. I mean, and I've loved it actually. And it's been, like I said, it's so nice because I'm still working with all the kids that I was able to work with before. So that's so nice.
That's incredible. That's just incredible to me. Honestly, congratulations. Like, I'm so amazed that all the folks who are, no matter what's going on in the world right now, they just continue to push forward and show strength and put aside the fears that I think are kind of crippling a lot of people. And I just admire you for doing that. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's truly, I mean it. It's not only are you changing a lot of lives and a lot of families are very, very thankful, but I can only imagine every morning all of our therapists who get up and say, hey, I'm heading out there. I'm just going to go help another kid. It's just incredible. And thank you very much for that. We're very, very pleased that you were able to join us today so we could honor you.
Oh, thank you. I mean, honestly, I'm more thankful probably to CARD for giving me this opportunity and letting me still be able to work with my kids and giving me this amazing opportunity that I never would have gotten if I hadn't worked with them.
Yeah.
So
Incredible.
You are truly a card hero, Cassidy. That's the kind of attitude that just blows us all away and makes miracles happen. And I want you to know that the families are so deeply appreciative. They've been writing into us every day, telling us how amazing you are and the other therapists that are getting it done. Congratulations on being a card hero.
Oh, thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you.
Drive safe.
Yes, be careful.
Thank you.
Be
You too.
safe. All right, bye-bye. Okay,
Bye.
we just have time. I think we have one more person, but I don't know. I don't know if they're there or not because the last two we weren't sure about connection. But if Rihanna Mora is there with us, we want to invite her to turn on her camera. I will say this because I don't see her on our thing. She was going to be joining us from Rocklin, a behavior therapist. And what they said about her was that she has been willing to step up and do whatever is needed. She has offered to do fill-in sessions, to go into the homes. Other BTs have declined. She has offered her support in every way that she can. And they said she is amazing. But I don't think that she is here with us because I think that we had a connection issue and or that she needed to be with a kiddo. But we'll try to squeeze her on a different day because we just, you know what? I just want to say, Dr. Granpeesheh, thank you so much for this idea. I am so humbled.
No, honestly, what an incredible, it just touches me so deeply when I see these folks. I can't even, honestly, Shannon, it's incredible. This is what CARD is about. People, as you know, a lot of times people are thanking me or giving me credit, but it's about this. It's about these incredible people all over the country, just going above and beyond. That's what it's about. It's like, how much fear do we all have right now? And all of these guys are just moving ahead and doing all this incredible stuff, taking care of their own kids while they're just continuing to contribute this way.
But you know what really levels me? I mean, it has always leveled me about CARD is that, I still remember what it was like in the early days after my kid was diagnosed. And, we would go places and people would act like, he was a pariah. And, I had friends who canceled play dates. We were kicked out of the YMCA because they found out he had autism. And, you go through people not seeing the glory of your child. And just from what you have seen today, did you not see the way their faces light up when they talk about the kiddos and how much they want to be there with them? And, as an autism parent, it just rips me up. Even in this environment, these young people are so excited to get in there and be of service. If that doesn't humble you, it just absolutely, I can't help you if that does. If you're watching and you're like, no, because it's so emotional for us as parents to realize the dedication of these young people. It's just so So touching. And Dr. Granpeesheh, I think your camera has frozen. The other day it froze. Oh, there you go. Anyway, so I'm sorry. I am just a blubbering buffoon. But
Oh yeah, it was frozen for a little bit, but yeah, and thank you, Shannon, so much for making it possible for us to do this, because I really think it's just meaningful for our employees, as you know, for our folks, just being able to be recognized. They don't expect it, but when we tell them thank you and that the parents are very grateful, it touches them, and it's the biggest reward for them. So thank you for giving us the possibility of doing this.
Man, my pleasure. And thank you to Traven for making it possible too, our producer. We're getting down here to the last 2 minutes. And I just want to say that we're going to be here every day this week at this time, 2 o'clock Pacific time, and doing exactly this. And so if you need to get your bucket full of knowing that there is hope, and that there are people out there who genuinely care and continue to do everything that they can to be able to help our families, we're going to be here every day at 2 o'clock. Dr. Granpeesheh and I, along with a host of these fascinating, vivacious, courageous, heroic young people every day this week. But we are also doing other things. So make sure that you're tuning in to the live shows for Autism Live. If there are CARD families that are watching, and I know that there are, please make sure you're checking your inbox, because we're also doing additional programming just for you. And we've been doing that since the beginning, that we have a 4 o'clock webinar every single day, 4 o'clock Pacific time. But we also added an hour with Dr. Granpeesheh today, where at noon, just for CARD parents, she's answering your clinical questions. It's an unprecedented access. You should be there. It's a be there or be square kind of situation.
All week long.
All week long, Monday through Friday. It's a party that you don't want to miss out on. And I will say, for those of you who are watching and you're like, okay, what is this CARD nonsense? Why are they all so giddy and so happy? I want to get in on this. Make sure that you go to centerforautism.com, check out some of the things that CARD has to offer, and see if that is right for you. I know that they saved our lives.
Also, please see Center for Autism's social media right now, CARD on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. We have lots of stories of some of our heroes, which I really recommend. And yes, if you are a CARD family listening, join us at 12 o'clock every day, and I'd love to be able to help you clinically as well. We look forward to it.
There we go. And at 4 o'clock, so in another hour from now, we do the nightly webinar too. So different guests every night, answering your questions, giving you more information. So it is time to say goodbye. But Dr. Granpeesheh, thank you for building a place where we could all be and have these amazing things happen. Thank you so much.
Have a wonderful
this has been, and now I need to go cry for like about 10 minutes before the next webinar. But you guys for Autism Live will be back live in the morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Our special guests in the morning are Matt Asner and Nava Paskowitz Asner from the Ed Asner Family Center. Plus we're gonna have jargon, and we've got an activity tomorrow. Lots of fun things to share. So all of that, until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.